Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. You know, ever since The Princess and the Frog, Walt Disney Animation's revival era has been pretty successful with such amazing movies like Tangled, Winnie the Pooh, Wreck-It Ralph, along with its sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Frozen, and Frozen 2, as well as Big Hero 6, Zootopia, and of course Moana. And while the 2020s have started out as a healthy disaster, you may be asking, will Disney's newest animated movie be an excellent start for this decade? Well, let's find out. Released to Disney Plus on March 5th, 2021, the movie is Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, let's get started. Long ago, in the fantasy world of Kumandra, humans and dragons have lived together in harmony. But when an evil force threatened the land, the dragons sacrificed themselves to save humanity. Now, 500 years later, that same evil has returned, and it's up to a lone warrior, Princess Raya, to track down that legendary last dragon to restore the fractured land and its divided people. However, along her journey, she'll learn that it'll take more than a dragon to save the world. It's gonna take trust and teamwork as well. So, what do I think of the movie? Well, to be honest, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I never actually saw it on Disney Plus due to the controversial $30 premium viewing price, but thankfully, I managed to get it on Blu-ray and DVD last week. Plus, I think this movie is 10 times better than Disney's previous animated movie with a warrior princess, which was 1998's Mulan. But to further explain why I enjoy the film, let's move on to Mustang Notes. In May 2018, it was reported that Walt Disney Animation Studios was developing an animated movie then titled Dragon Empire, which would be the directorial debut of story artists Paul Briggs and Dean Willens, and written by Kiel Murray. In October of the same year, Deadline reported that Adele Lim was hired to retouch the script, and that Osnat Schur had been hired to produce the film. In August 2020, it was announced that Don Hall, who directed Winnie the Pooh and Big Hero 6, and Carlos Lopez Estrada, the latter who had joined Walt Disney Animation Studios in 2019, were now taking over the reins as directors. The movie is set in Kumandra, which was inspired by the Southeast Asian cultures of Brunei, Singapore, Laos, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. To do background research, the filmmakers and production team traveled to all these countries, except for 4 of them. Thai artist Fawn Veerasunthorn served as the head of story for the film. The filmmakers formed the Southeast Asia Story Trust, a collective of cultural consultants for the film, which included Dr. Steve Aronsak, an associate professor of Leo-anthropology at California State University, Stanislaus. Anyway, I think this movie's animation team did great with the CGI, and there are a couple parts where the animation feels reminiscent to an Asian mural and a Japanese manga. Also, to me, the fight scenes are absolutely epic. Plus, unlike the past Disney princess movies, this one is not a musical, which kind of makes it pretty unique to that genre. As for the world of Kumandra, I think this world is very creative. Aside from the Southeast Asian inspiration, throughout this movie, there are some words in Kumandran language that are commonly used, like ba, which means father, binturi, which is used as an insult, dipla, which is used as a way to call someone a best friend, toy, which is used as an expression of feeling of surprise, and dra, which means dragon. Also, each of the 5 regions are named after a piece of the dragon's body, like heart, fang, spine, talon, and tail, and each party developed its own signature color, culture, clothing, architecture, and cuisine, which is very interesting in my opinion. Plus, I think this world might make a decent choice for a future Kingdom Hearts level, if possible. As for the story, well, to me, it kind of feels like a mix of Avatar The Last Airbender, Nausicaa The Valley of the Wind, and Tinkerbell's second movie, in a way. Plus, I like how the movie's story gives us the concept of teamwork and trust, which is something that everybody needs to work on if we want to conquer COVID, as well as having peace with everybody worldwide. And now, let's talk a little bit about the drone. This thing is a mindless plague born from human conflict and discord. It has the ability to turn any living creature into stone, and it can multiply every time they do so. To me, the way it relentlessly spreads like a wildfire is absolutely frightening. Fortunately, the only way to repel the drone is the Dragon Gem. And now, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors that brought him to life. Our main character, Raya, is voiced by Kelly Marie Tran, best known for playing Rose Tico from 2 of the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And she also got to be in that mediocre Crude sequel. Now, Raya is the princess of Kumandra's Heart Kingdom. To me, Raya is mature and wise for somebody her age. She's a very focused individual, and she's determined to see things through to the end. Plus, she's a very capable person, and she's shown to easily adapt to situations around her. Despite her maturity, she retains a sense of humor, and she occasionally shows a bit of playfulness when such a moment presents itself. She also has a strong emotional attachment to certain people who she considers as her friends. Her biggest flaw, however, is her inability to trust others. However, I think Raya is a real badass due to her being a master at hand-to-hand combat and martial arts. Plus, I thought her childhood backstory was really thought-provoking. Next up, we come to Sisu, the titular last dragon, voiced by Awkwafina, whom was in Jumanji: The Next Level, the terrible Angry Birds sequel, and SpongeBob's third movie. But I'll get to that this summer, I promise. Also, Awkwafina will soon be in the MCU's Shang-Chi movie, and she'll voice Scuttle in the upcoming Little Mermaid live-action remake. In my opinion, Sisu is kind of similar to Elliot and Mushu due to her kind and fun-loving personality, and every word that comes out of her always makes me smile and chuckle. While Sissy is a bit of a goofball, she's still able to recognize when something is of serious consequence and will drop everything to help. She's also shown to be somewhat naive, as she does not understand the current human customs like credit, hot sauce, and she thinks that most things can be solved with getting someone a gift. However, the latter is her strong suit, as she retains her belief that one can be trusted through cohesion and unity. Also, I like several of her abilities like shapeshifting, fog generation, hydrokinesis, illumination, and super strong swimming. Next we have Raya's best friend and trusty steed, Tuk Tuk, vocalized by Disney's good luck charm, Alan Tudyk. Again with him, huh? Anyway, in my eyes, I find Tuk Tuk to be a lot more memorable than Hey Hey from Moana, due to him being a mix of a pug dog, a pill bug, and an armadillo. Plus, I find him to be one of the most interesting compared to the past Disney animal sidekicks. This is Boone, a charismatic 10-year-old owner of a boat restaurant voiced by Isaac Wang, whom was in that outrageous and insane Good Boys movie, though I hear he'll be in Clifford's upcoming live-action movie this fall. Anyway, this kid is a fast-talking, hyperactive salesman, frequently on the hunt for potential customers. He enjoys cooking and food, hence his career choice. He's also confident and self-assured. Boone shows great pride in his craft, and he promises that his meals are good enough to create happiness. All the same, Boone doesn't really take kindly to criticism regarding his cooking. Also, despite that his parents have been petrified by the drun, Boone is incredibly knowledgeable for his age, and he's also well versed in Kumandra's history. Next is Little Noi, vocalized by Talia Tran. Noi is a swift, stealthy, and intelligent toddler from Kumandra's Talonland. After losing her family to the drun, Noi was adopted by a band of mischievous Onjis named Diane, Pan, and Uka. To survive, she and her companions become con artists and use their cute appearances to hustle and con the people of Talon. Plus, even though Noi is mischievous, she does have a good heart. Plus, I think Noi's Onji family are pretty funny and sneaky creatures. Another character in Raya's party is Tong, voiced by Benedict Wong, whom was Doctor Strange's partner Wong in the MCU. Tong was the last surviving member of Kumandra's Spineland, after humanity was desolated by the drun. In the aftermath, Tong became the sole guardian of Spine's Dragon Gem piece, and he joined forces with Raya to save the world with the help of the last dragon Sisu. Underneath his huge, gruff, and fierce exterior, Tong is really a lonely woodsman with a soft spot for little ones. In other words, he's like a gentle giant. And finally, we come to Namari, the warrior princess of the Fang Kingdom and Raya's enemy, voiced by Gemma Chan. Namari is the first princess in a Disney animated movie to be depicted as an antagonist. Ever since her childhood, Namari envied the Heart Kingdom's prosperity, and she plotted to steal the Dragon Gem and use its power to expand Fang's fortunes by pretending to be Raya's friend. Though her cause was noble, Namari's willingness to perform underhanded deeds in order to accomplish her mission makes her a very dangerous adversary. Throughout the movie, Namari commands her own unit of Fang soldiers, and she's worked diligently to sustain her homeland's survival. As both a warrior and a leader, Namari is revered by her people. She's particularly popular amongst children, and she has a cat-like creature named Surlot, who serves as her companion and her steed. Also, while she appears distrustful to many people, Namari is, in reality, a caring person who wants the best for her kingdom, people, and family. Even after her past actions, she still admires and believes in Sisu in order to help fix the world. Other voices in the film include Daniel Dae Kim, Lucille Soong, and 5-time Emmy-nominated actress Sandra Oh. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Raya and the Last Dragon was a great animated Disney film to start off the 2020s. Sure, Onward was a decent film from Pixar last year, but this film was definitely worth the wait after a year-long delay. The CGI animation is creative and breathtaking. The fight scenes are epic. The main character, Raya, is a mature and a badass Disney princess. The characters who join her on her quest are fun, memorable, and humorous. The music by James Newton Howard is classical, and while the story is kinda cliched, I liked the lesson involving teamwork and trust. So, if any of you out there get the chance, instead of waiting until June to watch it for free on Disney Plus, go get this movie on DVD or Blu-ray and watch it with your family. I give this movie a rating of 91% out of 100. Now, before I go, I need to give every Disney fan a heads up that the True House of Mouse will be giving us a new animated movie this fall with some help from the great Lin-Manuel Miranda. Anyway, be sure to join me for my next blog because I have a certain test to go through at Royal Prep. Mustang Power.